What's up, YouTube? It's me, your girl. Okay, welcome back to my channel to all of my returning subscribers. But if this is your first time joining me on today, welcome. It's here we use information from celestial bodies to help us gain a better understanding of our favorite celebrities, world events, but most importantly, our damn selves. So, thumbs up this video and subscribe to become a part of the Astro fam. Okay, now as you can see, today's video is going to be about Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Miss Janet Jackson, the multi-talented, oh so sexy Janet Jackson. Okay, now she had a docu-series that premiered over the weekend, and like most docu-series, when it comes to like famous celebrities, there are certain parts of the episodes that tend to go viral or that make headlines. And so for Janet, a piece of the documentary that went viral was her basically dispelling the rumors, the very long-standing rumors, that she has a secret child. Now, the rumor actually extends all the way back to the 80s, to when she was dating one of the DeBarges. Now, it's so many of them niggas, I don't know which one, El Chico, and I know how you girls, especially you old girls, okay, you seasoned girls, y'all get really angry when I start mixing up the DeBarges, okay? So, I don't know. Y'all correct me in the comment section, okay? For all my vintage hot girls out there. But basically, she was dating one of the DeBarges, and the saying goes that allegedly she got pregnant, and because she was at the very beginning of her career, 18, 19, and still under the management of her father, Joseph Jackson, who didn't play that, okay? She gave birth in secrecy and gave the baby to her sister, one of her sisters, to raise, allegedly. Other people say she put the child up for adoption. However, Janet came out and was like, yeah, no, that never happened. I don't have a secret child. I would never hide a child from their father, so on and so forth. Now, over the years, okay, you have different people in the DeBarge family, including the DeBarge sister, Miss Bonnie, I think her name is, recount that she actually saw Janet Jackson pregnant at some point in her relationship with her brother. So, I mean, you got a lot of mixed feelings still. And so, of course, I want to put this into more of an astrological context by taking a look at Janet Jackson's natal chart just to see if there is any, validness to these claims, so to speak. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, Janet was born May 16, 1966 at 7 p.m. in Gary, Indiana, placing her sun at the 25th degree of Taurus in her 7th house. Now, right away, the sun, of course, deals with our children. And having her sun at that 25th degree, the number 25 actually reduces to the number 7. And even when you take a look at the numbers 2 and 5 together, this could point towards, a mother who may not necessarily raise her own children. Okay. A lot of people with 25 energy, especially if you have your sun at the 25th degree or, planets in your 5th house at the 25th degree, it could denote this kind of concept of having other people raise your children, especially like siblings. And with the number 25 reducing to 7 deals with secrets. Okay. So this concept of having literally a secret child, which is also further amplified by Janet's sun forming in opposition to her Neptune in that 1st house of Scorpio. So that's another aspect that could quite literally produce, someone like keeping a child a secret, hiding a kid. Just in general, it can make Janet a very secretive person or someone who has a lot of, I don't know if you want to call it skeletons in her closet, but naturally, these are people who are way more than what meets the eye, Janet in general has always been very controlled about the image that she projects, which is very sun in Taurus in opposition to that Neptune in the 1st house of Scorpio. So, I'll let y'all decide for yourselves if that's like the smoking gun or not. But, this aspect is actually very consistent with the claims, just being honest. Not to mention, Janet has Saturn in the fifth house of Pisces, right? And the fifth house, of course, deals with children. And that Saturn is conjoined to her Chiron at the 25th, once again, that number 25, the 25th degree in her fourth house. So, I mean, that could deal with conspiracy on some level, like something surrounding like her, pregnancy, or something surrounding childbirth, to where maybe you're conspiring with certain family members, getting or receiving help or aid from family members, or just having a pregnancy or something about, having a kid that's just not quite right, right? And with her having Capricorn occupying the third house, and even that implication of like Saturn in conjunction to Chiron in the fourth house of Pisces, I mean, it could deal with her receiving help from like an older sibling. So I thought that was interesting too. You know what I mean? It's also not uncommon for a lot of these people to like put their kids up for adoption when we talk about Saturn and the fifth house of Pisces, or, encounter situations where, some of these people may have been adopted themselves, especially with that Chiron conjunction in their fourth house. But you could also look at that as like an in-family adoption, like that's really secret, that's very hush-hush, or where there could just be a lot of family secrets, Chiron in general, for those of y'all who have been watching my channel for a while, I always emphasize the importance of Chiron outside of, just being the wounded healer, which is very much true, but it could also just point to where something is really questionable, not really right. And with Chiron and Pisces at that, especially in the fourth house, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors there. And so, things that make you go, Not to mention, Janet also has Venus conjoined to her moon, occupying her fifth house of Aries. And her moon is actually forming a quincunx to her Pluto, okay, in the 10th house. And, that could deal with an abortion. So, to be honest, another theory, and this is just speculative on my part. So let's say she didn't have a kid, right? Let's say that there is no secret child out there in the world. There could still very well, or it could be very plausible that she still got pregnant at some point, but had to, work some things out or make some adjustments and undergo maybe even like a procedure. Because, the moon forming a quincunx to that Pluto in Virgo specifically could deal with some type of medical procedure, as I mentioned before, namely even an abortion, where, she had to go ahead and take that L in order to, terminate the pregnancy. Her moon and quincunx to Uranus, that could even deal with like a surprise pregnancy too. So you have to keep in mind, a lot of this is going to be in attempts to, control and protect her career, especially with Pluto being in the 10th house like that. That in tandem with that Saturn Chiron conjunction in Pisces. All I'm saying is that these things are plausible. Also, if you take a look at her Jupiter at the 2nd degree of Cancer in the 8th house, which could definitely support there being, or further amplify this concept of there being like an in-family adoption, where, family could really step in and help, with the rearing of a child. I honestly could see it going either way. And like I said, this is alleged, this is speculative on my part, but in terms of whether her having a kid or her just being pregnant and then having had to get rid of the kid, I really could see it going either way. Either way. So y'all drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Do you feel like there's any truth or validity? Is her natal chart convincing? Does it make the case for that? Or do you still feel like, it's just a rumor? And with that being said, y'all make sure you practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Bye.